gamers, Mick Stardust here again, and I've been playing a little bit of Starcraft lately, Starcraft II exactly. Kind of new to Starcraft II. I've only been playing for about 3 days, really. I played a lot of Starcraft 1, but I'm pretty much a newbie in Starcraft 2, but I've got a couple of wins here that I got today. I just kind of wanted to play them for you guys. If you're interested in playing StarCraft, maybe you have some tips or advice, or maybe you want to team up or something like that, get a little clan going or something maybe. I guess I'm gonna start with this one. I'm not really good at this game, so this is just like my newbie strategy, basically. Just trying to share it with you guys. I'm just gonna go ahead and turn the camera off and let the replay run and fast forward. Whoops. Okay, maybe I'm not, because I can't minimize this. I'm gonna just go ahead and fast forward this a little bit. I wish I could zoom out more too. I wonder what this guy's doing. What does this mean? I don't know what that icon is. I've never seen anything like that before. I saw somebody one time, they came up on my base and they did some little mark on the ground. It was like GG. I don't know how people get stuff like that. So yeah, basically I just expanded as quick as I could here. What's he got going on? He's walling up because he can, trying to block a rush. I think this guy did pretty good at that. This is 30 minutes long, so I'm gonna go ahead and try to speed the time up. How do I do that? Increase speed. There we go. Let's see what he's doing. Building some Marines. I don't feel like I was rushing, going for a rush on this match. I've got a spawning pool, and should be building some basic Zerglings by now, I think. Nope, still not even any units. Maybe this is the wrong idea, but I think my idea was to get as much gas as I could quickly here, because I knew I was going to more or less need it for the end game. Let's see what he's got. Okay, he's going for... He's got 2 gas as well. A factory. And he's building a starport already. So that's how they do that. Engineering bay. Barracks. Factory. Starport. Okay. That's right. I've got up here a spire. That's what I was going for this round, was to try to rush out my mutas as quickly as I could. I think I did an okay job. They weren't as effective as I'd hoped, but they definitely provided a little bit of a distraction for them. Yeah. I think any minute now I'm also going to take a 3rd expansion over here. And then pretty much I came in and I was able to put a little hurting on him down here. and then towards the end of the game, I pretty much just ran him dry in minerals. I didn't let him get out. Okay, that wasn't as effective as I'd hoped, actually. This guy did pretty well. And again, I've lost probably more games than I've won. But I think that the league just started back up because I had to do 5 matches before I was able to begin to take a league place again. I'm only in the bronze league anyway, so. Yeah, right now I've just got a bunch of Zerglings, mainly just for defense. I could have something better, but see, my next step was to build an infestation pool and increase my layer into a hatchery, so that way I'm fully evolved at this point now. I built these, I keep calling them creep colonies, but they're called spine crawlers in this one, just because I saw the amount of Marines he had. I was afraid he was going to try to counterattack me, and I didn't have a lot of units to be able to defend with. And I'm just cramming out as many eggs as I can with my queens constantly, every time I can remember to. I'm a little slow with that still. I'm learning though. Okay, so I've got a lot more minerals in him. He tried to do something tricky. I don't know what he was doing. Gonna drop Marines back here or something maybe. Yeah, that's why I'm glad I got, see, look at that, 10 minutes into the game and I've got some ultras already. I've been upgrading all of my units as well. And let's see what he's doing. What's that, an armory? He's got 1 armory going. See, I might not be the best player, but I do think that having more than 1 is good for your upgrades. See, that wasn't totally brutal, but I took out all of his base units. That'll at least hurt him. So now he's going to come up here. I think he hits me up either here or here. Oh, and this guy, that guy was really messing with me for a while. These ultras are just beasts though. Look at that. They're mopping through those Marines even with heals on them. You see he's got these Banshees. See, I didn't even see those when I was playing in the game because I've been excluding my overlords like a dummy. But now I'm just going to keep constantly rushing them. And I think it was at that point right there I realized just constantly spamming them is not a good idea, and I decided to just control this choke point and start searching these areas to make sure he wasn't going for any expansions, because I knew eventually he must be running out of minerals if he hasn't expanded, and basically I can just take over the map 1 base at a time and slowly dry his resources out. I forgot to include this into my group of rally points. See, I keep slipping on stupid little things like that, but other than that, I'm starting to get my strategy down quite a bit better in the past few days since I started playing. This is a pretty decent army going on here. It could be better. Maybe these could be roaches instead of zerglings. I'm not really too sure. Oh, it looks like he does have another base. I let that get by me, but I've got 5 now to his 2. See, I should have sent in the ultras in the front. I don't know. That didn't quite work out as well as I thought, but again, it whittled his army down. Now he's going to come up here. He actually does quite a good amount of damage to me, and then I hit him with the counter strike. Let's see, what am I doing that I could be doing better? I've got these guys in my rally group now. I've got enough hydras to respond to his air. I could have maybe had some more of these spore colonies, spore crawlers, but they didn't do any good. Alright. Yeah, these guys really hurt me for a minute. Yeah, he actually almost took me out right here. I think if he had another 2 or 3 Thors, maybe even just 1, I think he would have had me. Yeah, he took out two of my locations completely. What's this? What are these guys called? Reapers? Oh, these are Marines. But by this point, my units, I think, are completely upgraded. Yeah, I'm on my 3rd evolution right now, just finishing it up. And my Hydras as well should be completely... Oh, I missed the defense. Oh, that's movement speed. Okay, that's really important. I'm gonna have to remember that. So my ultras are maxed. I've got some air upgrades going, and my evolution chambers are completely upgraded at this point. And again, I think I'm just gonna kind of camp out here for a little while I wait for him to run out of resources. See, he's got no resources left over here at this point. 3 turrets are really damaging. What are those air units that... Let's see, what are those... Siege attack units by spawning locust minions. I think that this is how to counter turrets, I think. See, even with this extra base over here, I don't feel like he can keep up with production. I don't know. It's a lot of Zerglings. See, I came down and I swiped up these 3 bases, but I didn't come down here into this corner. I didn't even think to check that corner. I've got these Zerglings just sitting here. I should have been doing something with them. Oh, they're coming out. See, I coordinated this attack much better with the Hydras and the Ultras. I sent in the Ultralisks first with the Hydras to back them up. And that's basically where that game ended, because he had nothing left up here and only 1,000 resources. He might have been able to... I don't know. I don't personally like to quit. I'll make him hunt me down to my last peon if I have to. But I guess after a certain point, you do know that the game is over. But I find that when you're struggling, that's when you learn the most. Okay, let's do one more real fast. Zerg versus Zerg. Oh, and then I have Ultra Hydra Lings and Ultra Slow. I wanted to review those ones as well. I think this game was a little bit quicker than the last one. 8-minute game. So that's not too bad. We'll go up fast speed. Let's see. Zerg versus Zerg. So what did he do? See, I don't know. Everybody likes to take these scouts and send them out. Everything I'm reading on the internet, and I'm watching other people's gameplay, and everybody recommends sending out an Overlord. Oh, he's not. See, or maybe he is. I don't personally think that's a good idea, because yeah, it might only be one unit, or your peon to scout might only be one unit, but realistically, he's gonna have, by the time he gets across the map, you already know where they are. By the time he gets across the map, he could have brought you in like 200 minerals almost in that time frame. I'd rather have the minerals personally. You know, I can wait, because what's he gonna do? Attack? You know, if I'm building my army solid and I have some defenses, I shouldn't have to worry about what he's got. You know, I'll see what he's got when he gets here, basically. That's if he even comes. So in my opinion, I find that sending your units out, see, he did what I consider to be a smarter move, and attacked with a group of Zerglings as scouts, because he figured either I'm gonna win or I'm gonna see what he's got, and I'm gonna hurt him as much as I can while I'm scouting. That's a proper scout, in my opinion. Now I'm trying to counter because I don't know what he's got. I want to see what he's got, so I'm gonna try to get my Zerglings in here, but they didn't let me in. They blocked up the way. But basically, I've seen now that he's got the expansion, and he's basically just pushing the Zerglings, and I noticed that he had this thing up. So now I'm trying to figure out what I can do to take that out with. And again, I've got a spawning pool and an evolution chamber, and I'm beginning to upgrade my research. 5 minutes. Keep taking my queens, and I'm making as many larvae as I can and just spawning Zerglings, because that's what this is coming down to right here at the moment. Simple basic units. The Zerglings aren't very powerful, but they're cheap and you can make a ton of them. So unless they have a lot of big units, these Zerglings can be really effective. They do crazy damage as long as you've got enough. And after a while, there's a point where once you've worn them down, no matter what kind of units they're producing, unless they're producing 10 of them at a time, they just can't keep up with the amount of Zerglings that you're putting out. And I've taken a third base down here on this corner in case for some reason he wipes these out. I can still have a chance to recover over here on this side. I find that to always be a good idea, to have a base on the other side of the map. Nobody ever expects it. See, and now I just take out his queens, and he's got no defenses left. So then the next thing I'm going to do is take out his peons. Always take out their units first if you can. See, now I've got another 20 Zerglings roughly ready to come at him. And yeah, sure, he's got these roaches, but they're not that strong. These guys are upgraded, they're fast, they're doing damage. Okay, so one more. I think I've got time for one more before my camera will shut off. Now, I don't know how good any of the players are that I'm playing against. I'm only in the Bronze League, so I'm still learning. Alright. I'll do the Ultralisks, Hydras, and Zergling map. Alright, it looks like I'm going up against some Terran this time. Put it on fast forward. This is a 15-minute game. Speed up for a minute or two. So the first thing I decided to do in this map was to expand. Again, going for gas as soon as I can. It's really important, and I've got these guys waiting for it. And that spawning pool is coming up as soon as I've got the resources. And I always try to hide my overlords somewhere. That way if they come in with some kind of ranged ground unit, they can't take these guys out right away. They're really important for the Zerg. Alright, now let's see. Coming down here. Building queens. I could be better watching my queens. And okay, he's walling off this bottleneck. This one slowed me down a little bit. So I tried to hit him with the Zerglings, but I was way too late for a rush, realistically. So, I think I tried to go with the Mutalisks again. No, I wanted to, but I didn't for some reason. And again, upgrading again. As soon as I can. Making your units stronger is more valuable than almost anything else you can do. See, like, at this point, this guy's got just a couple of Marines. Maybe a stronger player could have had some other tech out. I'm not really too sure. Just kind of covering what I've learned from Starcraft in the past 3 days, roughly, since I started playing again. And still, every time I remember, I'm pumping these nests full of larvae as fast as I can. Now see, I've got, again, 2 evolution chambers. That's important to have your research going twice, or maybe even a third time for these ones that have 3 upgrades, because it only takes you the length of having one. It's worth it to spend the 200 resources that this thing costs to have that edge over your opponent. And I keep forgetting about these roaches. I don't know why I've got roaches up. I said that was hydras or ultralisks, but I guess I was wrong. I was mistaken. I'm still learning what the units in the game look like and everything. So I don't really know why I built that, because I don't think I even used them. I've got a few up here. And I do have the mutas. So I've got just one spire. And I'm only doing the research out of this one for some reason. Mostly because I don't know Broodlords and Corruptors. I don't even know how to play with those yet. I haven't really delved that far into the Zerg to understand them. Oh, excuse me, my camera shut off. I'm just gonna continue this. Alright, so now I'm taking a 4th base. So that's the Zerg strength really is spreading out and taking up as much of the map as possible. Alright, so I've got these Mutalisks over here, and I have them separated from the rest of my group because I was intending on using them to go air with. And I wanted them to more or less be there in case something happened. And he wiped out all of my units. I would still have these guys in the bag. I didn't want to lose them. Okay, there's that Ultralisk. I'm not upgrading there. I should be. Oh, I'm moving my units. Okay, I've got to get better at multitasking. I'm starting to get a little bit better every day. So this is as much of like a learning experience for me rewatching this as it is a refresher. I'm actively trying to improve my game right now. See, I made a mistake. For some reason, I've got my overlords flying right into their spears. I don't know what or how that happened. But I've got so many resources at this point. I did really well on my resource consumption in this game. I could be spending better, but my my intake is on point on this one. In every base, I've got just about maxed consumption. Except this one, because I moved all of them up here to this one, but let's see. What's the crippling factor here? Probably this group of ultras. Oh, yeah, he went with those air-only units. What are these things even called? Vikings. Okay, but the Vikings in this one can land, because they're Vikings, they're not Valkyries. Right, okay. So there was a air-to-air unit, the Valkyries, in the first one. I guess these are more or less kind of a upgraded version of that. So now I've realized that he's producing that, and that's going to trash my Hydras. So I needed to figure out how I can stop that. I came up here, I found his starports, and these reactors, I'm pretty sure what they need to continue that production. because I was trying to take those out if I could. I didn't really get to it, so I'm not sure what exactly stopped him. I think it was the Ultralisks, realistically. I'm sitting on way too many minerals right now. Oh, he left at this point, and I don't even understand why. Because if he took his tanks down here, realistically, and put them down here and had those Vikings defending them and just sat there with the Marines while his tanks did the dirty work, they could have easily wiped out this expansion here. I don't know why this guy gave up. Well, he's out of minerals here, but see, if I was really thinking, instead of trying to charge down the front door, what I should have been doing was taking out this expansion and keeping him pinched in here, because I think it would have been a lot easier to oh, you know what it was? I had some more mutas in here, and he probably just figured that there was going to be more coming, and I think I took out like his last Viking, and he wasn't going to be able to reproduce them if I took out that building, and I feel like he thought that I was going to have more ultras coming in. See, I don't know why this guy left. I don't know. Maybe something came up in real life and he had an emergency and had to go or something, because I mean, it doesn't seem like this is a loss to me with this yet. You know, I mean, this still seems like a fair match. So, I could have been doing better on my resource spending, though. I could have been spending much harder. I don't know why my production stopped. I think I was probably goofing up over here, fumbling around with my queens and stuff like that. Alright. Well, we're at 30 minutes for this video, so I guess I'm gonna end this now, and I don't know, it's Starcraft, so let me know if you guys like the Starcraft. Let me know what you think on the forums, and I'm gonna be playing anyway, so I mean, if you guys want to see more gameplay, let me know. I'll put some stuff out. So thanks. This is Mick Stardust. I'll see you next time.